Last Sunday, of course, we celebrated the Feast of the Epiphany, where Christ's coming in the world is known to the Gentiles, to the entire world. And that's really the crux of what is going on with that Feast of Epiphany. And now we're in one of the two green seasons, these ordinary times of the year, the season after Epiphany, that takes us from that feast up to Ash Wednesday. And like the green season in the summer, the season after Pentecost, we have some more general kinds of readings. And typically, the readings in the season after Epiphany follow Christ's early ministry and some of his early teachings. And of course, that begins with him calling his first apostles. And so in this Sunday's gospel, we'll hear him calling the first few of his disciples to follow him. That theme fits extremely well with what we see on a more secular level of our calendar, with this being MLK Sunday, or MLK weekend. And the idea that MLK preached about following the example of Christ and a more peaceful world fits exactly right into Christ's call for us. And so it's kind of a nice way to unify those two things. So at the beginning of our service particularly, we will be taking a nod to the MLK weekend. As we come in, we'll be singing a hymn that really points more to the gospel, towards Christ's beginning ministry. Hail to the Lord's anointed. But then, after the Collect of Purity, where there is the traditional place for a hymn of praise, like the Gloria in Excelsis, we'll be singing hymn 597, O Day of Peace that Dimly Shines. This is using the tune Jerusalem that we know from its popularity in England. It's used in movies like Chariots of Fire. And it's such a strong tune and something that American Episcopalians wanted to have, that when they put together this hymnal, they asked the priest and poet Carl Daw to write a text that would fit this very strong tune. And he came up with this idea, O day of peace that dimly shines through all our hopes and prayers and dreams, guide us to justice, truth, and love. And it really picks up a lot of the ideas of many of Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches, and notably the I Have a Dream speech. And it really picks up and amplifies that idea, that expression of hungering for a day when we can all regard each other with dignity and respect. So really beginning the service off with a lot of hope, aspiration, and this beautiful, strong melody. And then at the sequence, the hymn that is the hinge between the reading and the gospel, we'll be singing these words that come from the Iona community up north, closer to Scotland. Will you come and follow me if I but call your name? Again, playing onto this idea of Jesus calling his first apostles, but also that call that civic leaders like Martin Luther King have given us about being Christ's example, Christ's hands and feet in the world. And this is a tune that the Iona community actually first sang this with sort of a Scottish fiddle tune, and it's very bright and very quick-paced. In the Episcopal hymnal publication, we have this in this much more languorous setting, which I think really allows us to meditate on the text and that call that is in the text. And then the choir will also continue that theme at the offertory as we sing Mendelssohn's movement from his oratorio, Elijah, how lovely are the messengers that preach us the gospel of peace. So again, over and over through the service, we'll hear this idea of carrying Christ's message as we answer that call. So we hope that you will spend a little bit of your MLK weekend with us here at St. John's, either online, on our cable channel, or here in person with us.